Yes, family and friends, on behalf of the Commander of Area Support Group Jordan, Colonel Marcus T. Franson, Area Support Group Jordan, Command Sergeant Major Eduardo Gutierrez Jr., and the Area Support Group Jordan SAMC Chapter, welcome to today's Sergeant Audie Murphy Club induction ceremony. Please rise with the invocation given by Chaplain Myers, Area Support Group Jordan Chaplain, and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Hey, good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and pray and ask the Lord to bless our time here this morning. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day that you have given us to recognize excellence and to recognize your tender mercy towards us. Excellence because we get to celebrate a job well done for these amazing soldiers. And mercy because we recognize that it was you who gave them all the tools necessary to accomplish this tremendous feat of SAMC induction. You have uniquely designed each and every single one of them with the attributes necessary to excel in our chosen profession. And we, of course, are super grateful for them, and we are grateful to you for allowing us the opportunity to celebrate them today. Father, we know that this is a common grace that you have given us today, and I pray that it would point us to the specific grace that you offer each and every one of us in your beautiful Son, and it's in his name that I pray. Amen. Jordan SAMC Chapter President, I welcome you to today's ceremony. The Sergeant Audie Murphy Club is an elite organization of non-commissioned officers whose performance and inherent leadership qualities and abilities are characterized by those of Sergeant Audie Murphy. Its members are characterized by the personal concern for the needs, training, development, and welfare of all soldiers. The Sergeant Audie Murphy Award is a means of recognizing those non-commissioned officers who have contributed significantly to the development of the professional non-commissioned officer corps in a combat-ready army. Today's 6 inductees went through an extensive evaluation against the highest of standards. They all received nominations from their chain of command from the company all the way to corps level. They have demonstrated excellence in overall leadership, physical fitness, weapons qualification, written and oral communication, and were evaluated by battalion, brigade, division, and corps level panels of Command Sergeant Major and Sergeant Audie Murphy Club members. Membership in this organization is far more than just an affiliation. It is a commitment to uphold the traditions and standards of the Army and to always lead from the front. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Area Support Group SAMC Senior Enlisted Advisor and the Area Support Group Jordan Command Sergeant Major Eduardo Gutierrez Jr. for remarks and the introduction of our guest speaker.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow soldiers. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the Sergeant Audie Murphy induction ceremony. Today we gather to celebrate the exceptional leadership, selfless service, and unwavering commitment to excellence that define the very best among us. As we honor those who embody the spirit and legacy of the Sergeant Audie Murphy, it is only fitting that we are joined by a leader who exemplifies these same values. Our guest speaker today, Command Sergeant Major Eric R. McCray, is a soldier's soldier, a leader who cares, has been marked by extraordinary dedication, profound wisdom, and unyielding commitment to the welfare of those under his charge. The Sergeant Audie Murphy Club represents the pinnacle of achievements for non-commissioned officers. Only the top 2% of NCOs across the U.S. Army have earned the honor of being inducted into this elite organization. It is a testament to their exceptional leadership, professionalism, and devotion to duty. Sergeant Major McCray currently serves as the Command Sergeant Major for 3rd Army U.S. Army Central, a position that reflects his outstanding leadership and deep commitment to the mission and the soldiers he leads. His career has been defined by excellence, and his example inspires all to strive to greatness in the service to our nation. Today, Sergeant Major McCray joins us to share his insight and wisdom and to help us honor the newest inductees into the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club, an elite group of leaders who embody the highest standards of the non-commissioned officer corps. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Command Sergeant Major Eric R. McCray.
Good morning. To the distinguished command team who is going to change out here in a little while. I'll give you apologies up front. I won't be here for your change of command, but you've done an exceptional job and welcome the new commander. As we have already welcomed the new Sergeant Major Gutierrez, who has not missed a beat since taking over for Sergeant Major Rush, and ushering in the continued commitment to excellence for our non-commissioned officers. On behalf of Lieutenant General Franks and myself, it is an honor and a privilege always to be with you, our warfighters who are on the front lines at the last tactical line. Today, we have an opportunity to recognize 6 outstanding warfighters for their accomplishment. And for a moment, I'd like to leave you with a comment and a thought about no time for spectators. Yes, you might go back out. There's a book out there, No Time for Spectators. I bring that up this morning as we talk about these phenomenal leaders because they understand that their time that they're out here in this theater, they're using it very wisely. Not just for the moment, for the theater of operation they're in, but for the opportunities that lie before them. This historic event is just one marker in their careers, and I believe are positioned for greater responsibility and greater service. Taking the time, I believe, as I was having a conversation with Sergeant Major, there were about 30 plus that had signed on to go through this iteration. But yet today, there are a couple that have PCS that made it through, but yet today, inside this room, for recognition, we have 6. This course, going through the Sergeant Audie Murphy process, is not for the faint, weak of heart. As I was with Fleet Walters yesterday, we talked about some of the things that you're going to have to do. It's going to take time, sacrifice, and effort. It's going to take you doing your own daily mission and then signing on for additional service and support to help your team as you study, to include managing all your personal things that you have to do. It means that you're going to have to push yourself physically. In an environment like we just gone through with the 12-day war, and for me, I like to start at the beginning. We had signs, indication, and warnings that said that there was an opportunity for increased hostilities in this theater. Well, I think if you live here, and you've been here any time, you will understand that that happens pretty much on a regular basis. As the new Task Force Spartan arrives, they too will be inundated with all the changes, the complexities of this theater, and they will understand what we mean. But in the midst of all of that, the uncertainty, yet these warfighters continue to make sure that they are focused, that they have a task and a goal, no time for spectator. They won't miss the opportunity. They are the type of leaders that our Army is looking for today. Flexible, adaptable. We would like to call them elastic leaders. Leaders that are able to subdue their environment and also take on additional tasks for not only for that organization, but also for their continued education. If you are a leader in this formation today, or any formation going forward, it is a requirement on you, it is incumbent on you that every day that you will challenge yourself that every day that you become a continual learner. Because it's those times that you spend improving yourselves, making sure you hone in on the basics so you can power that down to those that you lead. Those are what are going to win the day. That's why we will be victorious. That's why when we say that zone, second to none, always first. That's why they can ring true. Because non-commissioned officers, empowered by their officers that they stand and support every day, never walk away from responsibility and always take on an added responsibility. Thanks to these non-commissioned officers, we will continue the legacy as non-commissioned officers. Always placing the mission first and always taking care of our soldiers. That is our undying task that we are responsible with every day. So I applaud you for those additional efforts, and I applaud you for taking the time to continue to seek greatness. Your next rendezvous is on the way. There's a saying that says, what lies behind me, it is behind me. What lies before me, well, it's before me. But what lies within me, that makes the difference. That allows me every day to provide whatever fabric of freedom that we all stand by, we all live for. What you do is critically important. So thanks again. Thanks for the opportunity to share a few words with you. I can't tell you how proud I am of everyone in this room to include these 6 that we'll recognize today. Phenomenal leadership, and the future's bright for you. Thanks for what you do. Pass it on.
Today's induction ceremony serves to continue a proud tradition of inducting outstanding non-commissioned officers into this elite organization. These non-commissioned officers have been recommended by the chain of command and have completed all 4 phases of the assessment process. They now stand ready to join their peers and superiors as members of the prestigious Sergeant Audie Murphy Club. As part of today's ceremony, the inductees will receive the Sergeant Audie Murphy Award Medallion, the Army Commendation Medal, and the RSET Certificate of Achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now induct today's 6 deserving NCOs to the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club. At this time, will Command Sergeant Major McCrae, Colonel Branson, and Command Sergeant Major Gutierrez please come to the front for the publishing of orders and the presentation of awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated for the publishing of the orders.
Publish your orders.
Attention to orders. For exceptional achievement upon selection into the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club, the following inductees have demonstrated dedicated leadership and exemplary professionalism as a non-commissioned officer. Their performance of duty meets all standards of excellence required for the Sergeant Audie Murphy Club and reflects great credit upon the Area Support Group Jordan, the United States Army Central Command, and the United States Army. Our newest Sergeant Audie Murphy Club inductees are Sergeant Austin W. Buchanan, Area Support Group Jordan. Captain Cynthia S. Lewis, Area Support Group, Jordan. First Sergeant Shane R. Parker, 377 Military Police Company, Detachment Forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the newest Sergeant Audie Murphy Club inductees.
Site of Sergeant Audie Murphy Bio.
Forward, march, left, 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 right. Left, 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 right. March line, march, group, hold, left, face.
Audie Leon Murphy was a legend in his own time. A war hero, movie actor, writer of country and western songs, and a poet. His biography reads more like fiction than fact. He lived only 46 years, but he made a lasting imprint on American history. Audie was born on a sharecropper's farm in North Texas on June 20th, 1924. As a boy, he chopped cotton for $1 a day and was noted for his feats of daring do and his accuracy with a gun. He had only 5 years of schooling and was orphaned at age 16.
After being refused enlistment during World War II in both the Marines and paratroopers for being too small, 5'5", and underweight 110 pounds, he enlisted in the U.S. Army a few days after his 18th birthday. After basic training at Camp Walters, Texas, and advanced training at Fort George G. Meade, Maryland, Audie was sent overseas. He was assigned to the famous 15th Infantry Regiment of the 3rd Infantry Division, where he fought in North Africa, Sicily, Italy, France, and Germany.
He earned a battlefield commission for his courage and leadership ability. He was also recognized for citations and decorations to include every medal of valor that America gives. He was also awarded 3 French and 1 Belgian medal. Lieutenant Audie Murphy was the highest decorated soldier in American history. Discharged from the Army September 21st, 1945. Audie went to Highland in the infantry movie star James Cagney.
He remained in California for the rest of his life, where he was associated with the movie industry both as an actor and a producer. He acted in 44 films, starring in 39 of them. His best-known film was To Hell and Back, adopted from the best-selling book of his war experiences by the same name. Most of his movies were westerns. In 1955, Audie Murphy was voted the most popular western actor in America by the motion picture exhibitors.
Audie wrote the lyrics to 16 country and western songs, the most popular of which was Shut in the Boards, written with Scott Turner in 1962. The song was recorded by over 30 pop singers to include Jerry Wallace, Dean Martin, and Porter Wagoner. He was an accomplished poet. Unfortunately, only a few of his poems survived. In 1950, Audie joined the 36th Infantry Division, T. Patrick's of the Texas National Guard, and served with the unit until 1966.
He was a Mason and a Shriner and belonged to several veterans organizations. Audie Murphy was killed in a plane crash on a mountaintop near Roanoke, Virginia on May 28, 1971. Fittingly, his body was recovered 2 days later on Memorial Day. Audie could very well be the last American war hero. He's been regarded as the greatest combat soldier in the 200-plus year history of the United States Armed Forces.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to call the RSIC Command Sergeant Major McCray, and the Area Support Group Jordan Command Sergeant Major Gutierrez for the ceremonial cutting of the Samson induction cake. concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of Area Support Group Jordan and the Area Support Group Jordan Sampson chapter, thank you for attending today's induction ceremony. Join us in congratulating all our newest inductees and award recipients who will stand by up front for photos and personal congratulations. Strong sergeants, strong soldiers, you lead from the front. One team, pass zone, be all you can be.
Congratulations.